everybody. I was just talking to you guys without pushing the button record. I hate it when I do that, and I was on a really good roll in talking to you, and I felt kind of so powerful. No, my phone looked like it was going to shut off, and I'm like, why is it shutting off? And I saw I wasn't even recording. It kind of goes along with my day, but I'll explain that to you once again. Last night, I had a visit, and it was the longest one I had. I kept trying to communicate with them. They would not reply, nothing. And I kept saying, why do you not talk to me? Please talk to me. You come here all the time and nobody talks to me. Please talk to me. Nothing. And it looked like some words were flashed. They played a little video. I can't remember what it was, but I want to say there was a man and woman. And it was like comical. Maybe kind of, I don't know. It was very short, so it was really hard to tell. They looked like words on the bottom, and I said, I can't read those words. They're transparent. Nothing. And I said, last time you guys done this, I said that you threw it up on the ceiling, and I still couldn't read it because it was still transparent. You'll have to put it on something white and use color words. Of course, still nothing. And I'm probably going to miss some steps now because I said it all in the other one. But I kept saying, why do you keep coming here? Why don't you talk to me? I'm trying to talk to you. It's not right. I'd like to know what's going on. I'd like to know what you're doing. I have a right to know. I mean, for God's sake, you're in my bedroom. Still nothing. And I heard her took my sleeping medicine, of course. And so I just tried to go to sleep. And I laid there quite a while. I was tired. And then I just kind of opened my eyes, and they were still there. And I'm like, what? But they were a little closer. And I saw one being kind of turn and look like, oh, she's looking at us. That was my impression. And they kind of retracted a little bit. And once again, well, I sat up. And they retracted away from me. And I was saying it again. Why don't you communicate? I'm tired of this, blah, 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 blah. And I was talking to him for a good long time. And I said, forget it. You're not going to talk to me. Just forget it. And I laid down, tried to go back to sleep. Couldn't. Woke up. They were still there. I just kind of rolled over and went back to sleep. And then I was going to take a third pill because I just couldn't. I was tired, but I couldn't just go to sleep. I needed that third pill to give me that boost. But when I went to get up to get that, there was a shape. I don't know what it is, but it was like a horizontal triangle. But it was the square on the end, and then it went down. And it was like the top part came down really sharp, and it was long. And it looked like lumpy brown color, really lumpy. Kind of fuzzy too. And I looked at it and I went to sit up to touch it, and it disappeared. But another thing is, in the past, in my apartment, a lot, I would wake up, and I was giving you an example in the other video, but I had a clothes rack, some of you might remember, in my bedroom. Not a closet, it was a rack, I had clothes on it. And when I wake up, I would see like one of my shirts really, really, really close to me. And I'm like, what in the world? And I would try to grab it to see what was going on, or I'd sit up and it would disappear. Well, last night I was going to sit up and touch it. I wanted to see what the hell it was. So when I sat up, it disappeared, but it blended with something. And I was like, am I losing my mind? What the F is going on? I want to know. It's frustrating. It is so frustrating. But I woke up today in a really, well, let me back up. I woke up this morning and I was fine. And I was going through my Facebook and, well, let me back up. When I got my phone, which is the first thing I always do, I seen that I had texts. And it was from an ex-boyfriend. I dated him when I was 16. Broke up with him because he was different. but we didn't mesh. And so I broke up with him, and he lost his mind. He went across the street to my friend's house, and he was slicing his wrist in her yard. And I couldn't go out there. I didn't want to make him believe I cared, and he would start trying again to work it out with me. I did care on a different level. Anyway, time passed. I had my first child, and I was 22 or 23 at this time. We hooked back up. He was an extreme alcoholic, and he would get where he would say, I'll come and get you, and he won't. It was not good, so I broke it off with him. But the first time I broke off with him, he became very angry with me. He would say degrading things to me. He would call me names, and it was horrible. He's just, I don't know if that time I broke up, he was really in love with me. And that's all he could talk to me about was the first time I seen you, I fell in love with you. I loved you so much. You were the best thing. You know, I couldn't help that. I was with somebody who was not matching me, and you just can't stay with somebody like that. I didn't break up with him in a mean way. I just said, it's not working out, you know, and told him why. But from that point forward, he was angry with me, very angry. Well, we were talking here the other day, like normal. When our conversation stopped yesterday, I just stopped talking to him because it was bedtime. And when I woke up this morning, I grabbed my phone, and there were 3 texts in there from him. And he probably was drunk. He said he quit drinking. I don't think he did, especially after I read those texts, because when he would text me with such anger like that and degrade me, he was always drunk. But he called me names. He talked down to me. He talked to me in a way that was extremely affecting me bad. For some reason, I cannot block him on my phone. I had him blocked before, but now I don't know why. So I deleted those messages. I didn't reply to him because I don't want to be the fuel for the fire. Did I say that right? But anyway, then I go on Facebook, and on one of my posts, he was degrading me bad. And I deleted that, and I blocked him on Facebook. And he's that way. He will get so mad, and he will humiliate you in public. He'll degrade you, cuss you out, call you the filthiest names. And that's what he did in those texts. But on Facebook, it was mean and cruel. And he was putting me down. And so that made me feel horrible. But when I saw all of that, my mood shot down. And I kind of got depressed. Music always helps me. So I help cleaning this house big time because my ex's landlord is coming over to do a walk around. And as I've stated before, his house has never been clean unless somebody cleans it. But for 2 days, I've been cleaning it, making it look presentable. And I was listening to music for motivation. And then I get this channeled message to me saying that I am not what this man said I was. And I allowed him to control my emotions. And the message was right. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I let him grab my emotions like that and tear them down, tear them in pieces? And so I thanked whoever gave me that message. I said, it's time to get your act together. You need to stop doing that. This is your life, and you're making them affect your path in this life. And it's true. So I was still listening to music, and I chose really good, happy music. And I'm doing a self-talk saying, I'm not going to allow that anymore. I'm done with mean, cruel people. I'm just done. I will not allow them back in my life because they affect you. And the way they affect you is extremely negative. And then you start believing the things they say, especially if you love them. It's a very bad situation. If they loved you, they would not degrade you, call you names, They wouldn't do that. So remember that, because you don't need to be in a situation like that. How can you move up mentally and become more positive around somebody like that? You have to think of you. And that's why I left 4 husbands because they didn't respect me. Not one of them did. And those were bad situations, all 4 of them. And within my last one, I was like, why do I keep attracting that? Is it because of my childhood and watching my mom grab all these negative men? What is it? After my last, I'm like, I think I'm going to stay single from this point forward. And if it's planned for me to be with somebody, I really need to know that that person is good, not damaged, not mean, and I would consider. But at this very moment, since I left my last ex, I swore I would never be with anybody else, because I'm done with men controlling me, degrading me, being mean to me. I'm done. So if I'm meant to be with somebody, they have to be different. So I'm doing something that will make me happy, and you'll see it tomorrow. A few times since I quit JB Hunt, a few times I'm like, I want to do that because I know it will make me happy. I can express myself now. Actually, I'll tell you. No, I won't tell you. It's going to be a surprise. I thought, when I do that, I'm going to be happy with it, and I don't care what other people think. And I haven't done it since I quit until now, because I care what people think. But I need to not care what they think of me. This is my life, not theirs. I have to make myself happy, positive, motivated. It's all in my control, and I can do whatever I want. And it'll make me happy. So I'm excited in doing it. I'm more excited than you know. But you'll see it tomorrow. I hope you guys are doing well. I have to say that you guys are messaging me more. I want to say that I love it. I really love it. You don't have a clue of how much I love it. I said before, when I read those, it's like, oh my God, they enjoyed my video. There's one guy in particular who was recently messaging me a lot, and I can't remember his name right now, but he's been messaging me a lot, and oh my gosh, it just makes me tingle. And he's very uplifting. He says that I might get the wording wrong, but more or less he was stating that I'm motivating people, I'm raising them up, they are interested in my life, similar things, similar words as that information. I know all that was jacked up, but I hope you understood. But I want to thank you. It took a while for me to get people to comment, and it kind of bothered me, not bad, and thinking they must not like my videos, because if they did, they would be talking to me. But my goodness, more of you guys are talking to me. I really love it, more than you'll know. I already said that, sorry. Well, guys, I guess I'm going to end this, and I love you. I hope you're doing well. And I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.